account. So if you have used Google Drive, Google Docs, if you have a Gmail account, that is your Google account. And so in order to have a YouTube, you do have to have one. I personally have two different Google accounts because I had like a personal one that I had way before I started Scentsy. And then of course, when I started doing Scentsy, I started uploading a lot of videos. So this is my main account, what I use for my YouTube. So if you want to create a new one, all you have to do is just create a new Gmail account. So not that not that big of a deal to create a new one if you don't want to use your original one or one that you've had for maybe personal things or other businesses. So you just want to make sure that you go to YouTube. So you can see I've logged in here. Your screen may look a little bit differently. This is just, well, this is my home screen. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but I am going to show you just a couple of things. So one thing that I have found, obviously, is having a cover photo. This is something that for the longest time would drive me insane to get the dimensions correct. I will tell you, if you go to Canva, you can create a perfect YouTube channel banner or cover photo. So you can do that. They give you the dimensions already. That's how you can create that. Once you've got your YouTube going and you're setting it up right, I always recommend, just with any other social media, that you put a picture of yourself on it. I just feel that when we are doing network marketing and direct sales, people need to see you. If they see you, they're going to recognize you, and that's kind of building your own personal brand. So you can see that what I've done is I just named my YouTube channel. It's just Jacqui Duran, Scentsy Star Director. Soon to be Jacqui Duran, Scentsy Superstar Director, because that's what I'm going for this year. Just putting it out in the universe. But you can come here. You can customize your channel, whatever you want to do. I have mine set up to where I have, and obviously this is from November. I probably should update this, but I just have a video that automatically plays when somebody visits my YouTube channel for the first time. You don't, again, that's nothing you have to do. That's more of, an advanced thing. One thing that I do when I'm uploading videos is I actually create playlists. It's just easier because I am uploading a lot of content. If you don't upload a lot of content, you really don't need playlists. Okay, so don't get lost in the details. Don't get lost in all of the fun stuff, so to speak. So this is my home page. If I go to videos, this will show all of the videos that I have uploaded over time. You can see it's excessive. I understand. I do have, like I said, I do have playlists set up. So I've got different playlists depending on if I'm doing different things, doing different trainings. And I will say sometimes I go back and forth on playlists. And I remember to put it in a playlist. Sometimes I don't. So, I mean, it's not going to make or break you at all by any means. The community, it's really more or less just like what you've done lately. It's kind of like your history page. It's the stuff I'm pretty sure only you can see on your own. I don't feature another channel. That's, again, if you want to get more into the analytic aspect and making money aspect, things like that, you can get into all of this. But that's for another time. The one thing I will tell you to do when you're starting your YouTube channel is, just like if you're on your Scentsy website, you should have an about description. Okay. I'm just saying that simply because, again, people need to get to know you and to relate to you. So if you're going to be uploading content, then give them a little bit of background about you. Okay, so this is just a brief little overview of me. This shows when I started the channel. That was way back in 2013. So I've made a lot of mistakes over the years. I've learned a lot over the years. So I can say that if it's possible to mess something up, I've probably done it. And which is why I'm telling you, when you do this, just keep it simple. Keep it simple. I do have some links, and again, you can link to your specific other social media accounts. I do that just so, right, I can drive them to different areas. So that's the overview of my channel and what it looks like. So when I am ready to upload a video, I need two things. One, I need the video. And the second thing is if I want it to have a thumbnail, what they call a thumbnail. That's the picture, right? So before I hover over it, you'll see it just says sponsoring with host kits. When I hover over it, what YouTube does is it gives you like a brief little preview of that video. But that is what we call the thumbnail. That's the picture of the video. So when you're sharing that link, that's the picture that's going to show. The one thing that I will tell you, and again, keep it simple as you are starting. Keep it simple. I really try and stick to my brand a lot of times. So, excuse me, that's why you'll see a lot of the same fonts, pretty much the same color scheme, things like that. That's just kind of me and how I like to do things. But you'll also see that that has changed over time, right? Like these kind of look, pretty much the same. There for a while, I went on a color spree, so I was putting some color into things, right? Really the only thing, you don't really, again, have to get too deep into this, but what you really want your thumbnail to do is to catch someone's attention, right? So whether that's you, whether that's putting a big word across the screen, whether that is, just putting words up there. Maybe it's not your face, right? Maybe it's just the words. Depending on what you really want it to look like, maybe your branding style, you really just want to kind of put it out there. So if you're going to create a thumbnail, make it flashy because that's what's going to get people to click on your videos. And if you're wanting to really build that subscriber base, then that's what you want. You want videos that people are going to be interested in, that they'll either learn something, they'll take away something, or even if it's learning something new about you, right? Or the products that you sell. So that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, so what I'm going to show you is how to actually upload to YouTube. Up here in the upper right-hand corner toolbar, you'll see there's my picture that kind of goes for my account settings, things like that. These are my notifications. Those are my YouTube apps. And this little guy with the video camera, that is my create. So when I am on the desktop version, that is where I'm going to click. But first I need a video, right? All right, so first things first, in my training group, I go live every single Tuesday and do a live training. I realized when I was looking for a video to upload that I never uploaded this video. So this is going to be a great one to utilize for this purpose. So again, this is in my training group, okay? That's where it lives. This is what it is. Now, in order to, if you go live in your group or just on your Facebook page in general, what have you, that's what I'm showing you today. If you already have it saved or downloaded to your computer, if you've done a Zoom video or anything like that, if it's in your downloads or whatever, you can just click the file and then upload it. I'm going to show you what maybe most of you might be more comfortable with. And that's if you've gone live or done anything like that in a group and you want to go ahead and put that on YouTube. So that's what happened in this case, right? So this was one of my Tuesday trainings that I went live in my group. So I'm just going to click on it just like if I was in here watching it. Okay, I'm just going to mute it so we don't have to listen to myself talk and pause it. So I've opened it up like I'm actually viewing the video. Up here in the upper right-hand corner, again, are these three dots. So those are my menu dots. When I click that, it gives me a couple options. I can save this video, so it'll save it to my Facebook. I could edit this if I wanted to add captions or anything like that. I can turn off notifications. I can copy the link if I wanted to share it with somebody else. Download video and then delete video. Okay. What I personally do in my team page, what Facebook gives you the option whenever you go live is it will give you the option to save it for 30 days and keep it on your group page or on your page for 30 days. And then after 30 days, it deletes itself. I actually do that simply because a lot of my trainings, depending on what's going on in the world of Scentsy, right? Things are updating constantly. And I really don't want to confuse newer consultants when they're coming on going, wait a minute, Jacqui, you were talking about XYZ in this video, and I don't understand where you got that. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was a video from 3 years ago. So that's why I don't keep them on my team page. I keep everything on my YouTube. It's just a place where I keep it all. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and click download video. And you're going to see this is just going to download here. I am on my Mac, so yours might look a little bit different how it works. I'm just going to make sure it downloads all the way. So I'm just waiting for that little circle to complete itself. You can see it goes fairly quickly. All right, so now I've downloaded my video. I now have that, right? I also needed a thumbnail. So what I did right before I started this video is I just went into, I use GoDaddy Studios, or you can use Canva or whatever you would like to use. And I just create a thumbnail cover. So again, when you're in Canva, that's really easy to do. You just go in there, type a template for YouTube. It'll give you the thumbnail size. You put in whatever you want, right? Make it look however you want. So I've done that and I've already downloaded it. So I've got it ready to go. So now I've got my two things. I've got my video and I've got my thumbnail. So now I'm going to come back here to YouTube and I'm going to click, remember the plus in the little video camera up here, the create button. Now you may only have two options here. Because I do have a lot of subscribers, I've got over 10,000. I think once you hit 5,000, you actually have the option to go live on YouTube. So if you don't have all three of these options, don't fret. The only thing you really need here is to upload video. So that's really the only thing you need. So if yours looks different, that's okay. Just ignore it. I'm going to click upload video. And it's going to actually take me into, and you can see it here, YouTube has what they call a creator studio. So it opens up this new window. And you can see here, it tells me drag and drop video files to upload. So if your computer doesn't allow you to drag and drop, then you can just click on select files and go to where you've downloaded the file. Mine does, so I'm just going to come down here, grab the video, come up here and drop it. When I do that, now it is starting to upload. So first things first, I need a title. I need a title for this video, right? So this was Last Chance First Glance. I'm going to say Scentsy New Catalog Parties. Here's the thing when you are putting in a title. First of all, you want people to know what it is, right? You want them to understand what they're going to be watching. Second of all, you want to remember that YouTube is owned by Google. So Google SEO or search engine optimization, what that's going to do is that's going to pull from keywords. So everything that is in my title becomes a keyword. So when people are searching on Google or on YouTube for Last Chance First Glance or Scentsy or new catalog or parties, right? These are going to be, it's going to show up in their search results. So you want to stick to your title. You don't want to, put something up there that doesn't make any kind of sense. Like if I were to put Minnie and Mickey Mouse, obviously that has nothing to do with my video, right? I don't want that. You're going to get people who are upset and they're not going to want to click on your videos. They're not going to want to watch your videos. So you want to let them know what it is. Now in my description, I do already have a lot of this in here and I'm not going to go through how to do that. I will do that in a future video. But for this purpose only, because we are keeping it simple today, this normally will be blank. I just create this so my description is always there. It also always makes sure that I have my, my income disclosure in the description of my video, because in my videos, if I'm talking about income, if I'm talking about what I do with my business, I want that income disclosure listed, right? I want to stay in compliance. I want to do all the things. So that's one of the reasons that I have all this already in there. But all you really need is your description. And I will say, if you are going to be talking about Scentsy, please make sure that you have your Scentsy title, your website, and like I said, for For my best recommendation, I would go ahead and throw in that income disclosure because you never know when you might be talking about it. So you can copy and paste that from wherever you keep that income disclosure, but that's just my little friendly tip to you. So I'm gonna say this was just Tuesday training. I'm gonna say last or a great party tip to share the current catalog and to give all right, so there we go. Short, sweet, to the point, right? Okay, I've got my title, I've put in a description. Now I'm going to go down here and the next section I have is thumbnail. Now, once this actually finishes doing all of its things down here, it will give me a generic thumbnail. And that's what YouTube does. It just kind of goes in there. Usually it'll pull from like the middle of your video and it'll give you just a screenshot from your video. So if you're not quite at the stage of creating a thumbnail or doing all of that, that's okay. It's still going to make one for you. It's just going to pick one from the video. I personally like to have mine, so I'm just dragging and dropping mine in there. You'll see that's just the one that I created. I had saved it on Facebook so I could download it. Now, this is where playlists come in. So again, if you wanted to create playlist, all you would have to do is click New Playlist, and you can name it and create a new one. This one, usually I try and be really good about these, but this goes into my weekly training videos. You can also put this into multiple playlists. So if you have more, you can. So you can see I can select as many as I want, but it just goes there. Again, though, don't stress. You don't have to have playlists. All right, so I've clicked that. The other thing that YouTube does want you to do is to decide if this video is made for kids, yes or no. I just always say no, simply because I don't need to get into the age restriction things and all the things. I just say no, this is not for kids, right? They need to be 18 or older to be joining my Scentsy team anyway. So that's just kind of how I keep it. So, all right, so we've got that. Then I'm just going to click next. You're just going to follow along, okay? So click next. This is where if you set up monetization, you can do so. So you can click that. Click next. I'm going to the next page. This is going to be, this is YouTube's way of trying to help you to determine if your video has any of these things. So I'm just going to say that my Scentsy videos do not ever contain any of these things. So once you click none of the above, it just goes to submit rating. I'm going to submit it to YouTube. Rating saved. Click next. You do have to do that before you get off of it. This is where you can add in-screen videos or a subscribe button. You can do cards, subtitles, the whole thing. Again, we're keeping it simple today, so I'm just going to go right on by it. I'm going to click on next. This tells me that it's already done its checks. That's great. It tells me again down here too, but now I know. I'm just going to click next. Now visibility. So this is your last page. So you can see here, if you wanted to keep this private, maybe this is a personal video, right? This is just you and the kids or something like that. You just want to keep it for your own reasons. Keep it private. If you're doing a training that you don't want others to see, right? Keep it private. I can select private right there, and only the people who I give that link to will be able to either view or even search for this video. Unlisted does give people with the video link. Again, it's a little bit different. Private is straight up private. Unlisted means it's not going to be listed anywhere. Okay. But I save all of mine as public. So everything is public, unless I'm doing maybe a very specific training with leadership, or maybe I'm sharing something that I don't need others to see, the public view to see, right? That would probably be the only reason I'd keep it as a private or unlisted video. If you wanted to schedule, YouTube does give you the option to schedule ahead of time. So I could keep this like unlisted, and then if I click schedule, then maybe in 3 days, I want to set this to public. Maybe I just want certain people to see it right now. So that's just one of the ways that it allows you to do that. Again, I'm just going to keep it public. Keep it simple. Okay. Okay. All right. So we've got all the things. Here we go. We can see we've gone along our timeline up here. Visibility, that's the last page that we're on. I know we're going to be done, so I'm going to click publish. Dun, 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 dun. Video is published. So if you want to share it, I usually do share mine to Pinterest just because I do have a large audience on Pinterest, and I have a Scentsy board on Pinterest where I save a lot of my videos. So I always put that out there. You can also then directly share it to Twitter. You can directly share it to Facebook, to WhatsApp, via email, Blogger, LinkedIn, any of these that you might be using. If you just want the actual video link, if you hover over here, it says copy video link. So I'm just going to copy it. It's just copied to my clipboard. I click close. And now you will see I'm in my YouTube studio. This is where all of our videos live once we've gotten them up here. But you will see that here it is in the list. So it is here with all of my other videos. If I want to go back to my channel, that's that main page, remember. Pause that so it doesn't go. If I go to the video section, so now it shows as the first video there. So there it is. We've already uploaded it. Now, if I wanted to go into Facebook and add the link, I could. We'll just say that I will do it. I'm going to keep it on the privacy as only me. But you'll see when I copy or paste that link in, there we go. And now we can take a look to see what it looks like. So if you're going to share it on YouTube for your team or to whomever, that's what it's going to look like. And that's probably something that you've seen a lot, right? When you're looking for videos or sharing videos on YouTube. So that's your shareable link. So there you go. You have just walked through how to upload a video to YouTube. You can do this. It does not matter how you've recorded it. Like I said, I showed you what it looked like if we were coming from Facebook. But again, if you were recording this and just saved it on your computer, you can do this from your phone as well. It will take a little bit longer. I will say that depending on your Wi-Fi or your connection on your phone, that might play a little bit of a factor into it. It's just much quicker for me to do mine on my computer. But if you've recorded it elsewhere, just save it in your documents and you can upload directly there. So now you know how to do that. Happy YouTubing.